Iran is openly committed to destroying, and we're not going to sit by, idly by, and let them do it.
As the United States and Iran inch closer to a new nuclear deal, Israel seems to be strengthening its defenses and arming up as if preparing for war. Israel sees a nuclear-armed Iran to be an existential threat. Early this month, Israeli PM Benjamin Netanyahu held a mock wartime meeting of his security cabinet in a high-tech underground secure bunker, which also hosts the National Crisis Management Center. Situated in Jerusalem, the bunker first caught media attention in 2018 when then-Israeli PM Netanyahu decided to move all security cabinet meetings from his office to the facility amid a threat of escalation with Iran over the struggle for influence in Syria. In addition, communities in northern Israel are preparing shelters for a long-term conflict, and the military is working overtime on a new laser system to intercept rockets, as per a report by Bloomberg. Washington and Tehran are negotiating an interim, less-for-less nuclear deal through the Sultanate of Oman, which is centered around partial nuclear concessions by the Islamic Republic, in exchange for partial sanctions relief by the West. Under the deal, Iran would cease enriching uranium to a purity of 60% or above and continue cooperation with the UN nuclear watchdog International Atomic Energy Agency, as per the Middle East Eye. In return, Iran would be allowed to export up to 1 million barrels of oil per day and access to income and other frozen funds abroad. If negotiations bear fruit, it would be a significant breakthrough in salvaging the 2015 nuclear accord after former U.S. President Donald Trump scrapped it in 2018, following which attempts to revive it have failed and completely halted since September 2022. However, on June 13th, hours after Iran confirmed the negotiations with the U.S., Netanyahu seemed to downplay Israel's concerns about a possible deal. He dismissed it as a mini-agreement, not agreement, as per reports by Walla and Channel 13 news outlets, which cited several unnamed lawmakers who took part in the closed-door, 3-hour meeting of the Knesset's Foreign Affairs and Defense Committee. He was also quoted as saying that the deal that is being worked out isn't the one made in 2015, which they staunchly opposed, and that Israel could live through it. Earlier, during a cabinet meeting, Netanyahu had said that no agreement with Iran would bind Israel, and it would do everything necessary to protect the country.
ביום חמישי האחרון אני שוחחתי עם מזכיר המדינה האמריקני אנתוני בלינקן, הוא היה בדרכו חזרה מערב הסעודית והתקשר אליו. אנחנו דנו בהרחבה בשורה של נושאים, בראשם איראן. אני הבאתי את הערכתי למזכיר המדינה על שיתוף הפעולה המודיעיני והצבאי בין ישראל לארצות הברית. אני רוצה שתדעו, זה לא אמירת סרק, שהשיתוף הפעולה הזה נמצא היום בשיא של כל הזמן. אני חזרתי והדגשתי את עמדתנו העיקרית, שחזרה להסכם הגרעין עם איראן לא תעצור את תוכנית הגרעין האיראנית, ורק תאפשר לאיראן להזרים כספים, אפילו כספים גדולים, לארגוני הטרור שפועלים בחסיתה במזרח התיכון וסביב ישראל. אני חזרתי והדגשתי ששום הסדר עם איראן לא יחייב את ישראל. עם הסכם או בלי הסכם. אנחנו נמשיך לעשות כל מה שנדרש כדי להגן על מדינת ישראל.
For Tel Aviv, the new U.S.-Iran deal means all the uranium, and the centrifuges which enrich it get to stay in Tehran while it receives additional new funds to invest in its nuclear program. In recent months, Iran has emerged from diplomatic isolation imposed by the West. It has forged a key military alliance with Russia, restored diplomatic ties with Saudi Arabia in a deal brokered by China, and is now negotiating with the U.S. It is also enriching more and more uranium. The most recent estimate by the International Atomic Energy Agency is that Iran has 114.1 kilograms of uranium enriched to 60% purity, which is almost weapons grade and has no civilian use. These developments, coupled with a political crisis in Israel triggered by Netanyahu's attempt to overhaul the judiciary, have pushed the government in Jerusalem into a position from where it is letting everyone know, in a bid to salvage its position, that it would not hesitate to act, even alone, if it felt enough of a threat from Iran. Observers fear that while there may be an element of public posturing in these threats by Israel, there may also be serious intent. However, Israel's ability to deliver a decisive blow to Iran on its own is questionable, especially when its ally, the U.S., wants a diplomatic solution to Tehran's nuclear program. Israel considers Iran to be its greatest enemy, citing its calls for Israel's destruction and its support for anti-Israel militant groups across the Middle East, including neighboring Syria.